And welcome to the Boschmer Gymnasium, where preparations are underway for men's basketball. Bob Jones versus Brevard coming up shortly. These two schools just played in a women's game, with Brevard winning that one. And now the Tornadoes men's team, under the guidance of head coach Lee Burgess, getting ready to go against Bob Jones, joined by Patrick Hall. Patrick, thoughts heading into this men's matchup after watching that women's game?
Yeah, I'm looking for a fast-paced game from these Tornadoes coming out in this non-conference matchup. Hopefully trying out new things before they go into conference play and see where it goes.
Well, non-conference matchup, certainly a big test for the Tornadoes in this early season. And we're about 3 minutes, 40 seconds away from the opening tip. Hang with us. Glad you're able to join us here at the Boschmer Gymnasium. Brevard, Bob Jones men's basketball coming up next. There's your starting lineups. Brevard versus Bob Jones. Men's basketball coming up shortly. For Bob Jones, Cam McKennedy, Nate Ellenwood, Daniel Fuller, John Allen, and Zachary Orr. And the Tornadoes going with Levi Lamb, Damari Hopper, Gaddafi Turner, Noah Lee, and Hayden Castle. So these two non-conference foes, geographically not too far away from each other. You know, Bob Jones down in the Greenville-Spartanburg area, and these two schools familiar with each other across all sports. But Bob Jones and Brevard coming up next, and Brevard wins the opening tap. Damari Hopper winning the opening tip. Man-to-man defense for Bob Jones. Here's Levi Lamb in the low post. He finds Castle. Castle hands it off to Damari Hopper. Hopper in the lane. Misses the driving layup. Rebounded by Bob Jones. Here they come the other way, pushing the tempo. Now along the baseline. And a drive and a look there. A nice look from McKennedy to find Zachary Orr.
Great ball movement there by the Bruins, looking to spread the court and leaving a big gap open for Hayden Castle of the Tornadoes.
Meanwhile, here's Damari Hopper with a three. It is good. So Tornadoes doing a nice job early on, getting on the board with that three-pointer from the top of the key, Damari Hopper. 2-3 zone defense is the early look for the Tornadoes, kind of a matchup zone as they with man-to-man principles. And now a foul underneath. Let's see who this is called on. It's going to be a foul against the Tornadoes. Hayden Castle's first foul of the game, so 20 on the shot clock for Bob Jones.
Looks like Tornado goes small off the starting lineup with Castle playing the 5.
Offensive rebound there. Putback is no good by Zachary Orr. Here comes Gaddafi Turner, starting to push tempo, then slows it down. He's guarded by McKennedy, the point guard of the Bruins. Here's Hayden Castle. One dribble finds Levi Lamb, and the finish by Lamb. Very nicely done. Castle finding Lamb.
Great pass there by Castle, and a great cut there by Levi Lamb to have an easy layup there going to the rim.
Tornadoes with a 5-2 lead now. 18 minutes, 20 seconds left to play here in this opening half.
Good shot over the top there by number 15 of the Bruins, Dylan Fuller over Levi Lamb.
Yeah, 5-5 all knotted up here. Early goings at the Boshemer Gymnasium. Glad you're able to join us. Noah Lee swinging it over to Gaddafi Turner. Here's Levi Lamb. Hopper in the low post. Great look there to find a streaking Levi Lamb. Ball came out of Lamb's hands into the Bruins, and then here they come on the attack. Fast break basketball for Bob Jones. There's a foul on the play, and Bob Jones will have an opportunity here. See if it's a shooting foul or not. Yeah, indeed, a shooting foul, so going to the line now, Zachary Orr.
Yeah, the 6'7" senior getting into this game early for the Bruins. Number 25, Jason Barnhart, the 6'3" guard, comes in for the Bruins. Now Levi Lamb at the top of the key gives over to Hayden Castle, who pulls up for 3. And that hits everything but net. And it rims out as the Bruins go fast pace into the half-court set. Allen floats it, tries to float it into Barnhart. That'll go straight out of bounds for a turnover. Tornadoes ball. It's number 2, Trent Robinson, checks in as well as number 22, Chapman Harwood. And Castle now at the top of the key, gives it over to Noah Leah. Pulls up for three. That hits back to the rim, and it's a long rebound there for Fueller. It's going to be a foul on number 3 of the Tornadoes, Gaddafi Turner. That'll be his first and team's third. Ellenwood putting the ball out on the baseline for the Bruins. Gets it into Barnhart. Puts it up with his left foot, and he gets it to fall. As the Bruins take the early lead, 8-5 with 16 minutes and 33 seconds remaining in this first half. Castle thinks about it, but gets it down low to Leah. That's a foul, and the bucket there. Good pass there by Hayden Castle. He gets it down low to Noah Lee, who gets the bucket and the foul, looking for the old-fashioned three-point play. Checking in for the Tornadoes is going to be number 4, Joshua Wilson. Lee can't finish out the three-point play. Now the ball with the Bruins through Barnhart. Harwood now gets over to Robinson. Robinson drives. That's going to be another foul called on the Tornadoes. It's going to be number 23, Hayden Castle. It'll be his second. An early foul trouble here for the Tornadoes as Cannon Lamb checks in for Castle. Pulled up 3, and it's going to be a foul on number 3, Gaddafi Turner. As number 3, Nate Ellenwood will go to the line to shoot 3. It'll be a timeout on the court. Tornadoes down 8-7 with 15 minutes, 55 seconds remaining in this first half.
And back underway here at the Boschmer Gymnasium. 15:55 to play in half number 1. In meantime, a 3-shot opportunity at the free throw line for Nate Ellenwood after being fouled in the act of shooting a three-pointer. He makes the first of the 3 free throw attempts. Second shot up and also good. And one more now for Ellenwood. And he sinks all 3 free throws, so largest lead of the game for Bob Jones. 11-7 your score, 15:55 to play. Messiah Pankey now running the point for the Tornadoes. He's guarded by Harwood. Pankey hands it off to Lee, and then a steal by Ellenwood and a finish there. And just like that, a 6-point lead for Bob Jones.
Yeah, Ellenwood just comes shot out of a cannon there. Lee couldn't even see what was going on there, and he just tipped out in an easy layup there.
So last 5 points all scored by Ellenwood coming off that media timeout. Here's Cannon Lamb. Nice look there, kind of a lob pass to find Noah Lee, and a finish by Noah Lee. Bob Jones works it around the perimeter. Tornadoes continuing their man-to-man defense. Entry pass there. Cannon Lamb was there defensively as Norrington was the low post player for Bob Jones. Now 13 on the shot clock, 15:04 on the game clock. A substitute coming in for Bob Jones. First look at number 10, Devin Dean, the freshman from Charleston. And jump shot there is good by Barnhart. And Bob Jones continues to create a bit of a cushion here. 6 points the lead. Tornadoes don't want to, let that lead get any larger than this. Want to stay within striking distance early going here. Hopper for 3 is good. Exactly what the doctor ordered.
Yeah, definitely. Hopper is starting off hot from behind the line. I think he's 2 for 2 now for the Tornadoes, bringing in the points for his club.
Bob Jones getting into their half-court set here. Once again is Ellenwood going up high for the rebounds, Hopper. Good to see him crashing those defensive boards like that. And now Hopper running the point for the Tornadoes. Cannon Lamb with a high pick and roll. And now Lamb on the attack along the lane there. And then a nice job with the hustle by Joshua Wilson trying to keep that alive. However, it'll be Bob Jones' ball.
Yeah, great hustle there by Wilson, laying right down close to the baseline, but looks like just his fingertip or shoe was out of bounds there, and it's Bob Jones' ball.
Yeah, Joshua Wilson, the sophomore from all the way in Eagle River, Alaska. A great story, a tornado coming all the way from the state of Alaska. It's great to have Joshua part of the Tornado program. Now a jumper there. Nice little move in the paint by Jason Barnhart. And the lead now 17-12, 13:35 to play, half number 1. Cannon Lamb with a nifty move down low underneath the basket, and 17-14 now your score, 13:22 to play. And Lamb then with a foul, that's going to send Norrington to the line. 13:22 left to play, half number 1, 17-14, Bob Jones on top. So far a pretty evenly played matchup here, huh, Patrick?
Yeah, definitely. Looks like the first time out, Coach Lee Burgess made some adjustments to the defense, trying to keep the floor close and tight on defense, and then spreading it out in the offensive set, getting those cuts for points for the Tornadoes, and then really trying to get it tight down low on the Bruins centers and forwards, making them shoot around the perimeter.
Jamichael Boone checking in for the Tornadoes, the freshman from Fort Deposit, Alabama. And another rebound there for Hopper. 13:15 left on the clock here, half number 1. Messiah Pankey guarded by McKennedy. Here's Cannon Lamb taking his defender one-on-one, and Lamb will be rewarded with a trip to the free throw line.
Yeah, Cannon Lamb really going to work down on this block early in this first half and his time on the court.
Lamb, the junior from Marion, North Carolina, McDowell High School. So the 5 on the court at the moment for the Tornadoes, Jamichael Boone, Joshua Wilson, Cannon Lamb, Damari Hopper, and Messiah Pankey. Meanwhile, a substitution for the Bruins. Looks like Zachary Orr into the game along with John Allen. Meanwhile, another free throw from Cannon Lamb. 13:05 to play, half number 1. Tornadoes trailing by 4 in this non-conference matchup against Bob Jones. Now 15 on the shot clock. Three-pointer there by Fuller. scramble for the rebound. Cannon Lamb comes up for it. Nice job by Cannon Lamb to control that rebound.
Yeah, great hustle off the high rebound opportunity there, and it's a good fight between Cannon Lamb and the Bruin.
Meanwhile, here's Wilson, hands it off to Hopper. Pankey back to Hopper. Hopper thought about the three for a second. Now probing and taken away by the Bruins. Here comes a fast break opportunity for Bob Jones. Unable to finish. Hopper comes up with the loose ball. Now pushing action is the Tornadoes. Hopper to Pankey to Jamichael Boone for the finish on the fast break.
Yeah, good run out there. It's gotten to a quick game here in that set right there between the Bruins and the Tornadoes.
Yeah,
missed opportunity by Robinson. It turns into 2 easy points for the Tornadoes.
What had been a game of 2 half-court offenses scoring off suddenly turned into a track meet for a moment there between these two squads. Meanwhile, 16 your score, 11:45 to play, half number 1. Three-pointer by Fuller off the mark, shot clock violation. So with 11:38 on the clock, a timeout on the court. Bob Jones 18, Brevard 16. Momentum starting to go the way of the Tornadoes. Back here at the Bochmer Gymnasium where Bob Jones leads the host Brevard College Tornadoes 18-16. 11:35 to play here, half number 1. Messiah Pankey bringing the ball up the court for the Tornadoes. Entry pass to Cannon Lamb. Defended very tightly by Zachary Orr. It's going to be a turnover by the Tornadoes. Bob Jones basketball. $11:25 to play, half number 1. And a traveling violation, so after the Tornado turnover, a turnover by Bob Jones. Nice job defensively by the Tornadoes.
Yeah, 2 good sets of defense by the Tornadoes these past 2 Bruin possessions.
Pankey finding Boone. Here's Cannon Lamb. Cannon Lamb from way downtown. It's no good. Rebounded by Ellenwood. Ellenwood pushing the tempo. And then stolen by Cannon Lamb. Here come the Tornadoes on the attack. Hopper back to Lamb. Lamb with a one touch to Pankey. Some nifty passing on the fast break. Just threading needles by the Tornadoes. Really nicely done on that break.
Yeah, good ball movement by the Tornadoes, trying to get open shot opportunities.
And it all adds up to a opportunity here for Messiah Pankey to perhaps tie this game up. Tornadoes trail 18-16. Pankey with a couple free throw attempts here. First free throw's up and good. Checking into the game for the first time, Mike Williams has free throw number 2 coming here for Pankey. And Tornadoes have tied this game up at 18 after trailing by 6. 10:52 to play, half number 1. Ellenwood defended by Pankey. 8 on the shot clock, now 6 on the shot clock. 3 on the shot clock for the Bruins. And really well done defensively by the Tornadoes. Turnover, Bob Jones, Tornadoes basketball.
Yeah, great work down low by Cannon Lamb, who's keeping the 6'7" or contained. Trying to get him a tough shot, but he doesn't do it, and that's going to be a shot clock violation on the Bruins.
So Tornadoes with an opportunity to take their first lead since the 18:33 mark. 10:20 to play, all tied up here at 18. Crowd starting to get into it here at the Boschmer Gymnasium. Cannon Lamb with a little bunny hook in the finish, and just like that, Tornadoes on top, 20-18.
Cannon Lamb keeping the momentum coming from the UNC Asheville game. But here's the leading scorer.
Yeah, big opportunity for the Tornadoes up at the Kimmel Arena in Asheville to play against an NCAA D1 squad, and ending the Tornadoes scoring run there is Barnhart with the short bank shot. So we're all tied up at 20, 9:54 to play. Bob Jones showing a little bit of full court pressure now. Pankey bringing the ball up the court. Here's Jamichael Boone. Cannon Lamb with a pump fake and then taking it against 2 defenders, and then the finish, individual effort there in the finish by Cannon Lamb.
Cannon Lamb going on a little bit of a run here.
Shot there is no good. Going up high for the rebound is Mike Williams. And now Jamichael Boone from way downtown. Messiah Pankey with the offensive rebound. And then the dish to Boone. What a nice little look there. Pankey to Boone, the finish. And just like that, the Tornadoes 24-20 on top.
Tornadoes feeling themselves going into this timeout. Bruins head coach had to call that to slow down that Tornadoes run.
Yeah, the Tornadoes, who trailed by 6 points, now lead by 4. So a big 10-point swing and a timeout, like you said, Patrick, by Bob Jones to try to slow down this momentum. Tornadoes really clicking on all cylinders, getting it done on the defensive side, and now using some transition offense to, get some fast break opportunities.
Yeah, we usually see the Tornadoes get into their half-court sets. They look like they're trying to push this game fast and get the Bruins a little bit uncomfortable.
Well, Cannon Lamb has been a big part of this effort to get the Tornadoes back into all this, with 4 quick points as part of this scoring run. And he, along with Jamichael Boone, Mike Williams, Messiah Pankey, and Joshua Wilson, the 5 on the court, these 5 very much responsible for this burst of offense and lockdown defense these last couple of minutes by the Tornadoes. Pump fake, and just what the doctor ordered from the Bob Jones perspective, as Barnhart able to finish there and cut into that scoring run for the Tornadoes. 24-22, Tornadoes on top, 8:50 to play, half number 1. Cannon Lamb working the low post, turnaround jumper and finish. Cannon Lamb is feeling it.
It looks too easy for him down there on that block, making those forwards move for the Bruins and getting them up in the air and getting easy layups.
26-22, Tornadoes on top, and now a turnover against the Bruins, an offensive foul. So another stop by the Tornadoes defensively. Now some substitutes for the Tornadoes. Levi Lamb and Noah Lee, 2 of the bigger guns for the Tornadoes. And what's interesting, that whole scoring run for the Tornadoes happened with a player like Levi Lamb on the bench, so that's very promising.
Yeah, it's very promising to see the younger players taking a leadership role in this game.
So now the veterans back in there, Noah Lee and Levi Lamb, along with Mike Williams, Messiah Pankey, and Cannon Lamb. And now a foul on the Bruins. That's going to be on number 21, John Allen. 8:25 to play here, half number 1. Tornadoes on top, 26-22. Tornadoes trailed by as many as 6 points and had battled their way back and then took a lead, a real energetic couple minutes using the fast break offense, and then some great defensive possessions. Pankey defended very tightly there by McKennedy. Pankey trying to keep it alive. Levi Lamb trying to keep it alive, and nice job by Lamb to deflect it off of Ellenwood. It remains Tornado basketball. Almost some Harlem Globetrotters type moves there, keeping that ball alive by the Tornadoes.
Yeah, trying to keep that in their possession. saving it from out of bounds, saving it from backcourt violation, and finally off of a Bruin and keep the possession with 19 seconds on the shot clock.
8:13 to play on the game clock, and here's Pankey. Pankey hands it off to Lamb. Lamb from way downtown. Offensive rebound there. Mike Williams tipped it over to Cannon Lamb, but then a traveling violation against Lamb. So even though the Tornadoes end up with a turnover, you got to like that second chance opportunity for BC.
Yeah, Tornadoes crashing the boards there. It looked like the smallest player on the court, Michael Williams, getting that.
Now a three-pointer by Trent Robinson. Offensive rebound for Bob Jones. That's Zachary Orr with the finish. 26-24 now your score, 7:45 to play. Noah Lee finds Cannon Lamb. Lamb taking his man off the dribble. Now a three-pointer for Mike Williams, and the finish by Williams. Nice job by Lamb to find the open player, and Williams buries the three.
Yeah, great drive and dish there from Lamb, who's really putting up the numbers in this first half.
Corner three there rattles home for Bob Jones. That's number 22, Chapman Harwood. So the answer from Bob Jones after the Williams three, Harwood hits a three, 29-27. Tornadoes on top, 7 minutes to play here at the Boschmer Gymnasium, and a turnover there. So now Bob Jones basketball and a timeout on the court. It's a media timeout, 29-27 your score. Tornadoes on top, 7 minutes to play, half number one. Back here at the Boschmer Gymnasium, a 2-point lead for the Tornadoes. Bob Jones coming quickly out of the timeout, moving the ball around in the half-court set. Rebounded there by Mike Williams. Williams has done a great job off the bench, making an impact on a lot of different aspects of this game. And now a offensive foul there. A charge is drawn by Bob Jones. Noah Lee with the strong take. And as mentioned, Mike Williams, with a couple rebounds, a made three-pointer, and doing a lot of the little things. It's great to see that contribution from Mike Williams, the sophomore from South Carolina. Meanwhile, here comes Bob Jones, and the finish there by Ellenwood. He now has 7 points, 29-29. We're tied for the fourth time in this contest. There's been 3 lead changes. Now a steal by Harwood, and make that 4 lead changes as Bob Jones now on top, 31-29, 6:12 to play, half number one, and Tornadoes have to get organized after Bob Jones has looked good coming out of that last media timeout. Body goes flying. That was Harwood into the stands. Hopefully everybody from a spectator perspective is okay. That was a big body flying into the stands, kind of the student section here at the Boschmer Gymnasium.
Yeah, hopefully everybody's okay down there.
Meanwhile, here's Mike Williams. Here's Cannon Lamb. Hopper back to Lamb. And Lamb able to draw the foul there. The foul is going to be on Barnhart. That's his first. And Cannon Lamb doing a nice job there with a strong tape. Cannon Lamb, 4 of 6 from the field, 8 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists. What a great stat line early on here in this first half for Cannon Lamb.
Definitely.
A three-pointer there rattles out by Hopper, rebounded by McKennedy. Here comes Bob Jones on the attack. Bob Jones ahead by 2, 5:35 to play. And one too many steps there, a traveling violation. So another turnover for Bob Jones. That's their 7th. And you feel like a lot of those turnovers this evening have been caused by tight defense by the Tornadoes.
Definitely, yeah. Another great defensive set there by the Tornadoes, and Cannon Lamb is really being a big body down low and making Zach Orr uncomfortable down low.
Cannon Lamb with a pump fake, then trying to find Levi Lamb, tipped out of bounds by Bob Jones. 15 on the shot clock, 5:19 on the game clock here in half number 1. Williams, Cannon Lamb, Levi Lamb, Noah Lee, and Damari Hopper, the 5 on the court for the Tornadoes. Here's Hopper. Hopper beats 2 Bob Jones defenders and then goes with a left hand for the finish.
Good little hesitation there going into the paint and getting an easy layup with the left hand.
8 points for Hopper. He's had a productive first half. Nice ball movement there by Bob Jones, and the finish by number 10, Devin Dean, his first points of the evening. 33-31 your score, 4:50 to play before intermission. It's like an even matchup between these two teams. Levi Lamb finds an open Noah Lee. Lee misses the three-pointer. Hopper scrambling for the offensive rebound. Meanwhile, a baseball pass there by Bob Jones. Really nice job finding the open man in transition. And Bob Jones, meanwhile, with a 4-point lead here. Noah Lee taking his man off the dribble, then splitting 2 defenders. Now here comes Bob Jones trying to add to what is now a 4-point lead. 4 minutes and change to play here in half number 1. Levi Lamb, still waiting to see Levi Lamb get going this evening. He finds Mike Williams. Mike Williams for the three-pointer. We've been talking about Mike Williams in a great finish there. The three-pointer off the Levi Lamb assist. And then a block by Cannon Lamb, and the crowd erupts here at Boschmer Gymnasium. Here comes Damari Hopper on the attack, and a bit of perhaps a frustration foul there by Harwood to slow everything down. But exciting exchange there. Levi Lamb with a beautiful pass to Mike Williams. Mike Williams buries the 3. And then on the defensive end, Cannon Lamb with the big block shot.
Yeah, Cannon Lamb getting up big there. It looks like what you said earlier, another track meet going here on Boschmer Gymnasium with both clubs going baseline to baseline. And Tornadoes clinching back that bit of point differential. And down 1 with 3 minutes and 46 seconds remaining in this half.
Yeah, this has been a tight game thus far, and 35-34, and a exciting time around here at Brevard College, Patrick. You know, during this timeout, it's worth us mentioning. You know, the men's soccer team, which you're a big part of, you know, has made their way back from the ECAC championships. Congratulations to you and your teammates on that trip. And now the football team has qualified for an ECAC bowl game. They're headed to Pittsburgh to take on Carnegie Mellon on Saturday. It is a exciting time around Tornado athletics.
Big news coming this past Monday to see the football team get into the ECAC. It's nice to see that our fall sports are really producing and getting into these postseason tournaments.
Yeah, and you can just feel the vibe around campus that everyone's, you know, excited, and, you know, you can feel the energy here at the Boschmer Gymnasium tonight that just, you know, things are going well, you know, in the world of Brevard College athletics.
Definitely.
And, you know, a win this evening by the women's team, you know, over this same opponent, Bob Jones, and now the men's team trying to get a win in what has been a very tight first half. Meanwhile, Damari Hopper will head to the free throw line after that media timeout, and opportunity to either tie or regain the lead here for Hopper. First free throw is good, so we are in fact tied at 35. 3:46 on the clock. Hopper now with 9 points to lead the Tornadoes. Leading all scorers, Bob Jones, Barnhart has 10. Make that 10 points for Hopper. So both Barnhart for the Bruins and Hopper for the Tornadoes now with 10 points. 36-35, Tornadoes on top. That's the 5th lead change this evening. There's also been 5 tied scores. And these two teams continue to battle really neck and neck. Up high there for the rebounds, Wilson. Wilson has been productive coming off the bench. A valuable part of this Tornado, kind of a complete player, you know, both offensive, defensively, and one of those guys who were to talk to head coach Lee Burgess about him, does all the little things.
Yes, definitely.
Meanwhile, to the free throw line, here's Cannon Lamb. Cannon Lamb trying to add to what's been a big night, 8 points. Misses the front end of the 1-and-1. And really on the attack there, coming off the missed free throw, the Bruins just high speed down the court. And a foul on the play, and it'll be a free throw opportunity for Devin Dean.
Yeah, great pass off the rebound from Ellenwood, finding the outlet to Dean. He gets met at the rim, but it's a foul.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple times from the Bruins, and you know, you have to think from the Tornadoes' perspective, you have to be really aware that, hey, this opponent might push the ball down the court with these like baseball type passes, you know, full court type, you know, bombs, you know, to use a football analogy. And Tornadoes have to be aware of that quick, fast break. Meanwhile, we're all tied up again now, 36-36, 3:10 to play, half number 1. Here's Mike Williams. He's had a productive first half. Wilson, Levi Lamb, back to Hopper. Wilson on the low block, 16 on the shot clock. Wilson takes his defender, and it's going to be a traveling violation on Wilson. Turnover number 10 for the Tornadoes. 2:50 to play here, half number 1. Taking his man off the dribbles, Ellenwood, and Ellenwood with the finish, 9 points. He looks like certainly one of the featured players on this Bob Jones squad.
Yeah, definitely taking it right into the mouth of the Tornadoes.
Cannon Lamb hands it off to Levi Lamb. Mike Williams comes up with it. Here's Cannon Lamb again. Levi Lamb taking his defender one-on-one. Spin, misses the short jumper. Here comes Bob Jones the other way. Quick first step there. And there's going to be a foul away from the ball. It's going to be an offensive foul. Barnhart with the foul. So nice job defensively by the Tornadoes again, you know, drawing another offensive foul by the Bruins.
That'll be Barnhart's second. A little bit of foul trouble going into half possibly for Barnhart, who's really contributed off the bench.
Hopper thought about the 3 for a minute. 12 on the shot clock for the Tornadoes, 1:50 on the game clock before intermission. Hopper beats his defender off the back rim, rebounded by Ellenwood. Ellenwood now pushing the action. Ellenwood with a great look there to find Barnhart. Barnhart with the finish. Bruins now up by 4, 90 seconds to play before intermission. Levi Lamb. Here's Mike Williams from downtown. Off the back rim, Levi Lamb going up high to keep that ball alive. Rebounded by Wilson. Wilson then misses the short jumper. And it'll remain Tornado basketball. So nice hustle there on the offensive glass for the Tornadoes. Meanwhile, mass substitutions for Bob Jones over this last 1 minute, 11 seconds. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Here's Wilson. Cannon Lamb trying to get some low post position. Now Lamb pops out into the perimeter, beats his man one-on-one, fighting for the offensive rebound. Wilson trying to fight for it as well. It's all gathered in, however, by Norrington of the Bruins. Now here come the Bruins on the quick attack. trying to thread the needle there was Ellenwood. It was taken away by Hopper. Here come the Tornadoes on the fast break, and the finish by Cannon Lamb. Tornadoes with the fast break layup. 40-38 your score. Timeout on the court. 46.8 seconds to play. Great answer there by the Tornadoes.
Yeah, definitely. Great passing there, pushing the floor there for the Tornadoes. You see that so far in this first half, as the Tornadoes have been really good passing the ball whenever they're going through their quick sets.
As we've mentioned a couple times this broadcast, Patrick, it looks like a tight affair we're in store for two evenly matched teams. Bob Jones, has the ability to get it going in transition. Also looks like a pretty good passing team. But the Tornadoes have been playing some great defense to cause some Bob Jones turnovers at times.
Definitely. But you look at the scoreboard and it's 40-38 in the first half still. You usually don't see that in college basketball games, but you also see great defense.
Yeah, a game where we've seen some great defense, and we're heading to a game in the 80s perhaps. Trent Robinson, 15 on the shot clock, guarded by Williams. Now 10 on the shot clock for the Bruins. With 7 on the shot clock, Robinson with the miss, rebounded by Wilson, and then taken away, and a nice job there. Did he get the timeout in before he stepped out of bounds? He was trying, as he was tiptoeing the line, Ellenwood was calling for the timeout. Now the referees trying to sort it out. He either got the timeout in time or he stepped out of bounds. This is a tough decision without the benefit of, instant replay, and it ends up being the final ruling, foot on the line, Tornado ball.
As it should be.
Hopper inbounding to Mike Williams. Mike Williams finding Hopper. Shot clock's off, 8 on the game clock before intermission. Levi Lamb beats his man along the baseline, then goes up strong. He is fouled. He'll get rewarded with a trip to the free throw line. Levi Lamb has had a little trouble getting into his rhythm in this first half. The star player for the Tornadoes in so many ways, but certainly an encouraging sign there. A strong take to the basket, a foul, and now a trip to the free throw line. Yeah,
it looks like Levi Lamb's getting a little bit fed up and wants to go strong to the bucket.
And as we saw from Tornado tip-off, Levi Lamb has some dunking ability, so watch out if he gets angry and ahead of steam. There could be some thunder around here.
Yeah, definitely. He can get up.
So 40-39 your score, 4 seconds on the clock. And that's a long two-pointer. It is no good. And we'll head to intermission with your score 40-39, Bob Jones on top. Patrick, first half overall impressions.
Yeah, definitely quick, high scoring, but great defense on both sides. I like to see it high press here and having great defense, but also seeing some points put up. And I think everybody's having fun here in Boschmer Gymnasium with this tight affair.
Yeah, fun night, women's and men's doubleheader here at the Bosch. Well, 40-39 your score. We'll see you in about 10 minutes or so with some first half stats and highlights. Thanks for joining us for men's basketball here at the Boschmer Gymnasium. halftime at the Boshemer Gymnasium, where it's been a tight first half. Bob Jones with a 40-39 advantage. Bob Jones led by Jason Barnhart with 12 points. Tornadoes with 2 players in double figures. Damari Hopper and Cannon Lamb each with 10 points. Leading rebounder for the Tornadoes, Joshua Wilson. And Cannon Lamb also with 3 assists to go along with those 10 points. Now, the number that jumps out is the shooting percentage. Both teams shooting 50% or higher. Bob Jones with a 55% shooting percentage. The Tornadoes 50%. Tornadoes have hit 4 3-pointers. Bob Jones have hit 2. And it's been a compelling game, fairly high scoring. With that being said, we've seen some great defense being played at times.
Yeah, definitely. I was talking to Coach Burgess before the game, actually, and he was saying how turnovers is going to be a key part of this game, and Tornadoes sitting at 11 turnovers at the beginning of the second half isn't a good sign, but hopefully going into the second half they keep the ball a little bit more protective and get more points going up on the board.
Yeah, Tornadoes with 11 turnovers, Bruins with 10. When you look at the points off turnovers statistic, Bruins with 13 to Tornadoes 9. We've talked about the fast break. Both teams getting the fast break going at times. Brevard with an 11-9 advantage there. This game has seesawed back and forth. There's been 6 lead changes. There's been 7 times when the score was tied. Neither team has been able to pull away with any sort of significant lead. Bob Jones, their largest lead, 6 points. Brevard 5. It's been a tight game. Now, the Tornadoes have been able to make this a 1-point game at halftime without much coming from some of their starters. That's kind of the glaring thing. Levi Lamb with just 3 points, Noah Lee with 4, Gaddafi, Turner, and Hayden Castle have not scored as of yet. So that's 3 of the 5 starters with, very low point totals. So if those players can get going a bit here in the second half, things look good for the Tornadoes.
Yeah, definitely. But on the flip side, you see their bench points from the Bruins is 23, from the Tornadoes 22. Both benches are doing outstanding in this, or were doing outstanding in this first half. So hopefully we could see some more scoring off the bench for the Tornadoes and the defense do well in the second half and see the Tornadoes come up on top.
Yeah, and you mentioned that bench. I do want to mention Jamichael Boone and Mike Williams. Both of those guys came up with some big plays throughout that first half. Mike Williams with 6 points, 2 made 3-pointers. Boone with 4 points in. We are back underway here at the Boshemer Gymnasium as the Bruins in the all-blue uniforms. And an early turnover for the Bruins, an over-the-back call. Now the 11th turnover of the game for the Bruins, so good sign early on for the Tornadoes.
Yes, good start for the Tornadoes on defense there.
Here's Hayden Castle, and Castle's going to be called for a traveling violation, trying to beat his man one-on-one. Tornadoes are back with their original starting lineup: Hopper, Turner, Levi Lamb, Castle, and check that, actually Joshua Wilson into the game now as well. Stolen there by Turner. Turner now pushing the action, finding Castle. Castle with a quick touch, and then a one-touch there. Beautiful little pass there. Castle found Hopper, and Hopper found Levi Lamb for the finish.
Yeah, great passing triangle there with one-touch, no-look passing there. And an easy layup there for Levi Lamb. Hopefully with him seeing the ball go through the net, he'll get him hot.
Meanwhile, the 7th lead change of the evening, 41-40 now your score. 3-pointer there's no good. Rebounded by Joshua Wilson. Wilson now bringing up the court himself. Wilson finds Hopper. Hopper back to Castle. Castle with a pump fake finds Turner. Gaddafi Turner hands it off to Hopper. Hopper thought about the 3 for a minute. Now back to Turner. 3-pointer from Turner. It's blocked by John Allen. Now here come the Bruins. Stolen there by Hopper. Nice job closing up that passing lane. Here comes Hopper. Threads the needle to Turner. Then back to Levi Lamb. The finish by Levi Lamb. Beautiful piece of fast break basketball by the Tornadoes.
Yeah, we see that again with quick one-touch passing there. Going back to Levi Lamb with an easy slam there.
Lamb now with 5 points. See if we can continue to get Levi Lamb going. The three-pointer there is no good. Up high for the rebound is Joshua Wilson. Tornadoes leading by 3 points. 2 minutes have elapsed here in the second half. Turner, here's Wilson. Wilson finds Hopper along the perimeter. Now back to Wilson. Wilson thought about the three-pointer. Now a driving layup attempt, and it's going to be a charging violation against Wilson. So Wilson maybe just a little too aggressive there, with that drive to the rim. And nice job by the Bruins defensively to keep their feet planted and draw that charge. But you got to like the energy for the Tornadoes coming out of halftime.
Yeah, definitely making this Bob Jones offense really uncomfortable out of the half.
Bob Jones has yet to score here in this second half, and it's 2 minutes, 20 seconds have been played so far. And breaking that streak, that scoreless streak to start the second half, is Jason Barnhart able to take his man one-on-one. Now 43-42, the Tornadoes on top, 17-15 to play here in the second half. Wilson swings it around to Hopper. Levi Lamb with a quick move, and Lamb will get a trip to the free throw line there. You can feel the energy in Levi Lamb as he starts to heat up here in the second half.
Yeah, definitely. Good move down there on the block to get to draw a foul on that, but surprised that wasn't called a shooting foul and it's going to be on the floor.
Yeah, I felt the same way, Patrick, but meanwhile, a wide open Damari Hopper. Great look there from Gaddafi Turner, so it all works out at the end, a three-pointer by Hopper.
Definitely. Great find there. It looked like Bob Jones was sleeping on defense there.
Meanwhile, a 4-point lead here for the Tornadoes. The Tornadoes have looked sharp coming out of halftime. Castle defending Barnhart, and now a three-pointer, an answer there by Daniel Fuller. He now has 6 points for the Bruins. 46-45, Tornadoes on top here. 16:35 to play here in the second half. Castle hands it off to Levi Lamb. Levi Lamb with a bit of a crossover there, and then an offensive foul. So second time early here in the second half that the Tornadoes have been called with an offensive foul, a charging violation, driving towards the basket.
Yeah, Tornadoes very aggressive going into the paint. Maybe looking for a quick, they should look for a quick dish out on the perimeter.
Meanwhile, 16:25 to play here. Tornadoes on top, 46-45. A take there and a finish by Devin Dean. He's been effective off the bench now with 7 points and another lead change, the 8th of the evening, as Bob Jones has stormed back ahead, 47-46. Castle beats his man off the dribble, finds an open Turner. Turner, who had drained one of those three-pointers earlier, and then a foul now. It's going to be on Hopper, a loose ball foul. Crowd's not too happy about that one, but meantime, we have a media timeout on the court, 15:54 to play. Bob Jones leading Brevard 47-46. 15:54 to play here in the second half of the Boshemer Gymnasium. A very tight contest between Bob Jones and the host Brevard College Tornadoes. Bob Jones setting up their half-court offense. Three-pointer there, blocked by Damari Hopper. Another opportunity here for Bob Jones. A miss there, rebounded by Joshua Wilson. Wilson's done a great job on the board. 7 rebounds now for Joshua Wilson. Three-pointer by Castle is good. Drain the three. A fan favorite around these parts, Hayden Castle.
Yeah, he's one of the men's soccer fans, so you know the men's soccer is really going to back him up.
15:11 to play. Tornadoes back on top. The 9th lead change of this contest. This game has just gone back and forth. Two very evenly matched clubs. A finish there by Trent Robinson. First we've seen him get in the scoring column. And we're tied up now, 49-49, the 8th tie of the game. Wilson takes his defender one-on-one in the low post. He backed down Devin Dean and then turned around with that jumper. Yeah, Joshua Wilson.
Really used that strength down low on the block and getting a good floater. Go right off the front of the rim, get that shooter's touch.
Tornadoes continuing in their man-to-man defense and then driving into the lane, and the finish there, back-to-back buckets for the Bruins, Trent Robinson.
Yeah, we're really going to be in a barn burner going down the stretch of this second half.
Now the 9th tie, 51-51, 14 minutes to play, half number 2. Castle hit the deck there. It's going to remain Tornadoes basketball. Now, it's worth mentioning the last game the Tornadoes played was against Division I UNC Asheville. And a matchup like that will give you a lot of confidence and toughen you up when you come back to play, more of the small college competition. Certainly a strong performance thus far tonight for the Tornadoes. That rattles out by Levi Lamb. Here comes Bob Jones on the attack. Damari Hopper blocking the shot of Trent Robinson. Robinson has been a one-man wrecking crew as of late for the Bruins. Hopper got his hand up on that take by Robinson. Ball out of bounds, and Bob Jones will continue its possession here. Now, meanwhile, Cannon Lamb's at the scorers table ready to check in. Lamb had a great first half. 10 points and was 5 of 8 from the field. Also had 3 assists and a block shot. Crowd starting to get into it now. 12 on the shot clock for the Bruins. All tied up at 51. Bruins working the ball around the perimeter, able to find the open man in the low block. That's Jason Barnhart, and then a foul. Looks like it's going to be against Cannon Lamb.
Yeah, Barnhart's really been a problem this game here for the Tornadoes. Big men really now going for, he has 14 points now, looking for his 15th and 16th, where we're knotted up at 51.
Yeah, and 7 of 8 from the field shooting. Really impressive by Jason Barnhart. Barnhart listed as a graduate student, majoring in sports administration, Amherst, Virginia, his hometown. And he came off the bench. He talked about the bench points earlier. Barnhart, a big part of that for Bob Jones.
Yes.
Meanwhile, Mike Williams has checked into the game for the Tornadoes. He's bringing the ball up the court. He hands it off to Wilson. Here's Lamb. He finds Hopper. Back to Lamb. Lamb taking his man off the dribble. The scoop just missing there. Here comes Robinson on the attack for the Bruins. Robinson finding Brush. Robinson now taking on about 4 defenders there into the heavy traffic. Robinson has been certainly a factor here in this second half, and he'll inbounds the ball for the Bruins. 12:53 to play, half number 2. Here's Devin Dean, defended by Levi Lamb. Robinson, defended by Wilson. Back to Dean. Dean trying to beat Lamb on the dribble, and then a block by Lamb.
Great defense there by Levi Lamb. Then Damari Hopper grabs this ball, and it's going to be a foul out of frustration, look like, by number 10, Devin Dean.
Yeah, nice job by Lamb. You know, he was issued the challenge there. Trying to be taken off the dribble by Dean, and then Hopper able to gather up the block shot. 52-51 your score. Hopper now defended very tightly by Dean. Here's Cannon Lamb. Cannon Lamb trying to beat Barnhart off the dribble, and a foul on the Bruins. That's going to be on Barnhart. That's his third. So we'll keep an eye on that. Barnhart, the leading scorer in this contest, and with 3 fouls, and he'll head to the bench. Meanwhile, Williams inbounds it to Wilson. Here's Cannon Lamb on the low block. Cannon Lamb probing, turnaround, uses the glass with the kiss. Cannon Lamb with the finish.
Going straight into the chest of Orr and backing him down on the block, and good move with that right hook off the glass.
McKennedy swings it around to Robinson. Robinson guarded by Mike Williams. Hopper now stepping up into the defensive lane. Three-pointer there is no good. Offensive rebound chased down there by Robinson. Under 12 minutes to play, media timeout coming, next stoppage. Here's Dean off to McKennedy. Now Dean finding Brush. Brush with the quick ball movement, and the miss there by Robinson. But then a second chance point by the Bruins puts the Bruins back on top, 54-53. Hopper now bringing the ball up the court for the Tornadoes. He's guarded by McKennedy. Wilson. High pick and roll action by Cannon Lamb. Now Wilson hands it off to Lamb. Lamb trying to thread the needle to Mike Williams. Ball bounces out of bounds, and there will be a timeout on the court, a media timeout with your score. Bob Jones 54, Brevard 53, 11:07 to play here, half number 2. Joined by Patrick Hall. This has been a very tight ball game between these two teams, just back and forth action, and the score is indicative of that. A 54-53 lead for the visiting Bob Jones Bruins. Bruins have been led by Barnhart with 15. Now a three-pointer there is drained by Cam McKennedy. A 4-point lead now by the Bruins. They haven't seen many leads of 4 or more points this game, and the Bruins now enjoying exactly that, a 4-point lead. Meanwhile, Tornadoes looking for an answer. Here's Levi Lamb. Double team there by 2 Bruin defenders. Hopper with a quick pass to find the open man, Mike Williams. And a offensive foul. The Tornadoes have fallen victim to that. You might have think a little bit of theatrics there by the Bruins.
Definitely should be in the drama club after that one. It looks like he just flopped off a little touch there, trying to back down there by number 33 of the Tornadoes, Jamichael Boone.
Well, Tornadoes are going to have to shake off that possession and get a stop here because you don't want this game to get away from you at all. It's been tight throughout, and Bob Jones now with a 4-point lead, 10:20 to play. Here's Brush. Nice turnaround move there. The nice recovery by Jamichael Boone, getting a hand on that, a partially blocked attempt by the Bruins, and really nicely done defensively by Jamichael Boone. Lamb swinging around to Boone. Hopper finding Lamb. Lamb was double teamed, perhaps a little too aggressive on defense there. Dustin Bunton, I believe, was called with the foul. Yes, indeed, his first foul. And Mike Williams will handle the inbounds from underneath the basket. He finds Boone. And another foul. So what's happening in the meantime here is the fouls are adding up for the Bruins now with 5 team fouls. And if this trend continues, you know, perhaps the Tornadoes can get in the bonus from a free throw shooting perspective. And another foul. However, this is going to be on the offensive side. Another offensive foul against the Tornadoes. Messiah Pankey checking in for the Tornadoes. Also Joshua Wilson back in. Wilson's had a very productive game. Levi Lamb and Damari Hopper get a breather. So a key, I feel like this is sort of a key moment, you know, right around here. 4-point lead for Bob Jones. Tornadoes have stalled a little bit offensively the last couple times down the court. Now a stop there by the Tornadoes, a turnover. Cannon Lamb comes up with it. Mike Williams now bringing the ball up court. Here's Wilson. Wilson taking on 2 defenders. Misses there. Perhaps wanted to see a little more ball movement that possession by the Tornadoes. Meantime, here comes the Bruins. 57-53 or score, 9:25 to play. Here's Harwood. He hands it off to Dean. Dean's guarded by Pankey. Under 10 on the shot clock for the Bruins. Nice defense there by Pankey against Brush. And Mike Williams comes down with the rebounds. Tornadoes need to get something going offensively. They've come up empty their last few times up the court. Here's Lamb. Pump fake, hands it off to Pankey. Pankey up high, and the finish, and much needed there. Exactly what the doctor ordered. Pankey with the finish, 57-55 your score. Timeout on the court, 8:50 to play here, half number 2. Back to action here at the Bonshamer Gymnasium, where there's 8:50 left to play in the second half. Tornadoes trailing 57-55 in what has been a very tight contest between these two squads. Felt like the game was perhaps getting away from the Tornadoes a little bit there, but then a big answer by Messiah Pankey. Meantime, a finish there by Jason Barnhart. Barnhart's been a thorn in the side of the Tornadoes all evening, 17 points. Pankey finds Boone. Boone to Cannon Lamb. Here's Joshua Wilson. 12 on the shot clock. Boone finding Cannon Lamb. Cannon Lamb trying to shake off his defender. Then a great pass there, splitting the defenders, finding Joshua Wilson. And the Tornadoes cut the deficit back to 2 points. Meanwhile, setting up the offense is Trent Robinson for the Bruins. Here's Harwood. Harwood defended very tightly there by Mike Williams. Trent Robinson finding McKennedy. 5 on the shot clock for the Bruins. They let it fly with a three-pointer. It goes around the rim and then rims out. So stopped there ultimately by the Tornadoes. Nice job of defense. 59-57, chance for Tornadoes to tie this game up or perhaps take the lead with a three-pointer. 7:15 to play, half number 2. Cannon Lamb with the move there. Crashing the boards there is Jamichael Boone, but then it's swatted away by Dustin Bunton of the Bruins. 7 minutes to play here, half number 2. And a finish there, driving with the left hand, is Chapman Harwood. Points number 6 and 7 on the evening for Harwood, and the lead is back to 4 for the Bruins. 6:43 to play here in half number 2. Then a foul there. Nice job by Messiah Pankey to protect the basketball as he was heavily defended there by McKennedy. And a timeout on the court with your score. Bob Jones 61, Brevard 57, 6:42 to play. Back here at the Boshamer Gymnasium, so some big news going around the NBA this evening.
Yeah, Carmelo Anthony back in his NBA suit with the Trailblazers. Nice to see him back in the 00 number in the black, red, and white in Portland.
Well, as a Miami Heat fan, a lot of people might not realize there's a big rivalry between the Heat and the Knicks that go back many years. So Carmelo Anthony was, you know.
Not your favorite player, I
take it. Not exactly one of my favorites, but hey, good to see him back in a uniform at this age and this stage of his career. Meanwhile, back here, 6:30 to play here in half number 2, 61-57. Bob Jones on top, 3 on the shot clock. Tornadoes in trouble here. Levi Lamb throws up the 3 and beating the shot clock. What a answer there by Levi Lamb.
Putting some confidence in the senior's hands here. Hopefully you see that shot go down and get him in hot.
Beating the shot clock. That three-pointer was from way downtown. We mentioned the NBA, around NBA distance on that one for Lamb. Pankey now probing. Under 6 minutes to play here in this second half. Tornadoes down by 1. Lamb down low to Wilson. Wilson double-teamed, finds Cannon Lamb. Cannon Lamb with the 3, and it's good. Back-to-back three-pointers by the Tornadoes, and just like that, the Tornadoes on top, 63-61. Patrick, this is the 13th lead change of this contest, and there's been 9 ties. You couldn't ask for a tighter game than what we've got this evening.
No, it's great. Seeing the energy on the court here between these two clubs is great to watch. Everybody here is enjoying themselves in Boshamer Gymnasium. We're ready for this next 5 minutes and 43 seconds.
Yeah, it should be an exciting finish here at the Bosch, no doubt. And Cannon Lamb now with 15 points after hitting that three-pointer. Levi Lamb hit a three-pointer prior to that. He now has 10 points. Suddenly he's in double digits. Damari Hopper with 13. Leading the Bruins has been Jason Barnhart with 17. If you look at the foul column, Barnhart's the only player in this contest with 3 fouls or more. He's got 3 fouls, and it's just been a sensational game. Both these teams shooting over 50% for the evening. Some exciting sequences on both ends of the court, and we continue down the stretch here. 5:35 to play. Tornadoes now on top, 63-61. Strong take, and you can see the frustration from Levi Lamb as he's called on the foul. Tight defense there against Daniel Fuller, but Lamb is called for the foul. Fuller will head to the free throw line. Fuller, a sophomore from Easley, South Carolina. As checking in for the Tornadoes now is Damari Hopper. He replaces Messiah Pankey. So the 5 on the court for the Tornadoes: Levi Lamb, Cannon Lamb, Joshua Wilson, Mike Williams, and Damari Hopper. 5:30 to play here in the second half. 63-63. It's the 10th time we've been tied this evening, to go along with the 13 lead changes. Cannon Lamb. Levi Lamb. Lamb beats his defender, and what a finish there by Lamb. He just drove by Daniel Fuller and then able to finish that. 65-63. Tornadoes back on top. It's another lead change. That's lead change number 14. And guess who for the Bruins? That's number 25, Jason Barnhart, with now his 19th points. 65-65, tied up once again. 4:35 to play here in the second half. Damari Hopper finding Lamb. Lamb finding Cannon Lamb. Cannon Lamb able to keep this possession alive for the Tornadoes. Now 9 seconds to play. Backdoor cut there. Cannon Lamb able to find Mike Williams. Beautiful cut there by Mike Williams to find an opening, and Cannon Lamb found him.
Yeah, we've seen that a couple times tonight. Cannon Lamb going up on the top of the key and finding those cuts by the quicker point guards going down low and getting easy layups or fouled.
And Mike Williams, one of his better performances we've witnessed of him in a Tornado uniform. A great job in a lot of different areas in this one. Now he's got 7 points. He's made 2 3-pointers and done a lot of the little things right this evening as well. So great to see that production off the bench from Mike Williams. Second free throw good as well. So 67-65 now your score, as Williams now with 8 points. 4:15 to play, half number 2. Baseline jumper there, and Jason Barnhart continues his scoring prowess. He's now with 21 points on the evening to lead all scorers. We're tied once again at 67. We're under 4 minutes to play here at the Boschmer Gymnasium. This one's been a dandy tonight. Cannon Lamb hands it off to Damari Hopper. Hopper with a pull-up jumper. It's short, rebounded there by Ellenwood. And now here come the Bruins on the attack, and we've seen this from the Bruins from time to time, trying to catch the Tornadoes off guard, the fast break.
Yeah, really pushing the court there off the rebound there, and he's just running out. You see that again.
Yeah, and then a steal there by Ellenwood, and just like that, a 4-point lead for the Bruins, 71-67. Tornadoes have to be careful here. 3:15 to play here in half number 2. Mike Williams beats his defender there, and Mike Williams now with 10 points. The finish there. Tornadoes have cut this lead to 2. 3:07 to play. Timeout on the court. We'll come back with the final 3 minutes, 7 seconds of this exciting matchup between Bob Jones and Brevard coming up next. So Mike Williams with the basket there to cut the lead to 2 points, 3:07 left to play. And Mike Williams, an exciting transfer student athlete for the Tornadoes.
Yeah, coming from Newberry College from the SAC. Recently, whenever the Brevard College Tornadoes were D2, that's who we competed against in the South Atlantic Conference.
So Mike Williams certainly making his presence known here this evening in a Tornado uniform. Now Williams will head on to the court along with Joshua Wilson, Levi Lamb, Damari Hopper, and Cannon Lamb. So that's your 5 Tornadoes on the court, and every possession starting to become more and more critical as the time ticks away. 3:05 to play here in half number 2. Tornadoes trailing by 2. Allen finding Fuller. Here's Ellenwood. Now Allen back to Barnhart. Ellenwood trying to take Williams off the dribble. Tornadoes doing a nice job not fouling there, but defending Ellenwood. And just like that, a stop for the Tornadoes. That was a really excellent defensive possession for the Tornadoes.
Yeah, good breakdown defense there, not getting the three-point opportunity and also not getting beat off the drive. The Tornadoes containing the attack from the Bruins.
Hopper inbounds it to Mike Williams. Mike Williams finds Levi Lamb. Hopper in the low block. He's double teamed. Nice cross-court pass to Joshua Wilson. And the finish by Joshua Wilson. The corner 3. Great look there by Hopper. He was double teamed, found Wilson. Wilson with a 3-pointer.
Yeah, great pass by Damari Hopper, who finds Wilson in the corner with probably the easiest shot he's had all night.
Meanwhile, Tornadoes now up by 1, and then Barnhart once again able to put that one down, and another lead change.
Yeah, great job there by Barnhart getting Cannon Lamb in the air and finishing, trying to go for the old-fashioned three-point play.
Barnhart now with 24 points after the three-point play the old-fashioned way. And this game, which has featured 16 lead changes and 12 ties, just continues to seesaw back and forth. Your current situation, Bob Jones 74, Brevard 72, just over 2 minutes left to play. Mike Williams bringing the ball up the court for the Tornadoes. High pick and roll for Cannon Lamb. Breaks Williams' fee. He then hands it off to Lamb. Lamb with the lob pass to Wilson. Shots blocked. Tornadoes with a second chance opportunity. Lamb taking his man off the dribble and the finish. Lamb beat Jason Barnhart along that left side, and the finish, he's found an and-one situation. Big time play there for Cannon Lamb.
Yeah, great take there by Cannon Lamb, who gets Barnhart his 4th foul, and now he really has to be careful with this 1 minute 47 seconds remaining here in Washburn Gymnasium.
Free throw here would put the Tornadoes in the lead, and it does exactly that. 75-74, Tornadoes on top. 1:47 left to play here at the Washburn Gymnasium. Glad you're able to join us. This has been a sensational evening of basketball, and there's probably even more fireworks to come here. 1:45 to play. Corner 3 there is buried up and over Levi Lamb. The three-pointer by John Allen puts the Bruins back on top, 77-75, 1:25 left to play. Mike Williams bringing the ball up the court. Cannon Lamb showing that high pick and roll once again. Now here's Lamb after Wilson with a touch. Levi Lamb now, turnaround jumper, it's no good. Wilson tried to keep it alive, but it'll be Bob Jones basketball, side out. 1:11 left to play now. 77-75, Bob Jones on top. Here comes Ellenwood bringing up the ball for the Bruins. Ellenwood defended by Williams. Here's Dean. Now Ellenwood's defended by Levi Lamb after defenders make a switch on the Tornado side of things. Now 12 on the shot clock for Bob Jones, and then a foul, kind of a bailout type foul on Mike Williams. tough break because the shot clock was starting to tick away there. The Tornadoes were doing a nice job defensively, and meanwhile, it's a bonus, a 1-and-1 situation for the Bruins. Chapman Harwood will go to the line. His first free throws of the evening. And the front end of the 101's no good, so Tornadoes able to dodge a bullet there. Down by 2, 40 seconds left to play. Damari Hopper bringing the ball up the court. Hopper hands it off to Williams. Williams. Now here's Hopper finding Cannon Lamb in the low post. Lamb working hard down low. He misses the turnaround. Rebounded by the Bruins. Shot clock is off. Tornadoes need to foul at this point, down by 2. Shot clock is off. 17 seconds left to play. Now 15 seconds, and now there's the foul. Mike Williams fouling Nate Ellenwood with 15 seconds left to play.
Not the best shot to put up there with the shot clock running down for the Tornadoes. It looked like a tough shot there by Cannon Lamb, guarded by 2 defenders on the posts.
Yeah, you got to tip your hat to the Bruins defensively, making that so difficult for the Tornadoes. Now, meanwhile, Tornadoes down by 2. Ellenwood is on the line, and only 15 seconds left to play. And the first shot is good by Ellenwood, so now a 3-point lead for the Bruins. Second shot up and good as well. 79-75 your score. 15 seconds left to play here in half number 2. A timeout on the court. Tornadoes going to have to make some things happen quickly here with just 15 seconds left and down by 4.
Yeah, definitely 15 seconds they're going to have to get. They'll probably come out with a full court press. The Bruins will have to get through that and get a quick 3 or a quick 2 and then go into their full court press and foul quickly if they get it in.
It's been an exciting game, and down the stretch in this last minute, the Bruins have come up big to take this 4-point lead, but certainly not insurmountable. Crazier things have happened other than, coming back from 4 points down with 15 seconds left to play, but I feel like every touch even matters at this point for the Tornadoes. You have to do this with precision, do it quickly, and you got to get a bucket, whether it's a 2 or a 3, or as quickly as possible here.
Definitely.
Damari Hopper is going to inbound. Also in the backcourt with him, Mike Williams. Hopper inbounds to Levi Lamb. He goes back to Hopper. Hopper pushing it up the court. Now 10 seconds left to play. Hopper defended tightly. Now 7 seconds left to play. Josh Wilson, with time running out, finds Cannon Lamb with 3 seconds left. That rims home a 3-pointer, but there's only 1.8 seconds left. So Cannon Lamb able to drain the 3, but perhaps too much time elapsed in that whole sequence. 1.8 seconds left to play here in period number 2. Yeah. And Tornadoes, got the 3-pointer to fall, but just 1.8 seconds left. Tornadoes trailing by 1.
Yeah, really would have liked to have that a little bit sooner, but in the end, it was nice to see Cannon Lamb pop out and hit the 3 off the bank. I hope he called that one, but it looked like JaMychal Boone just went to the scorer's table with his length and hopefully guarding the inbound pass. We might be able to get a steal off this inbound and get a quick bucket.
Yeah, as we've said, crazier things have happened, and the Tornadoes, who are down by 4, now down by 1, 1.8 seconds left. Bruins basketball. So the Tornadoes are going to have to come up with a quick steal and then the quick bucket, or just an absolute immediate foul and then a missed free throw on the other end, and kind of you're in a desperation final shot at that point. So we'll see what the Tornadoes can pull off defensively here. But certainly the Bruins in the driver's seat with just 1.8 seconds left to play in what has just been a thoroughly entertaining ball game from whistle to whistle between these two clubs. Inbounding for Bob Jones will be Chapman Harwood. And as you mentioned, Patrick, full court pressure here for the Tornadoes. Harwood is defended on the ball by Levi Lamb. Bruins trying to bust a man free in there, and there's the quick foul. No time actually elapsed, 1.8 seconds. And actually the referee heading to the scores table, so he might adjust that a little bit, but the foul was pretty much immediate. Bob Jones, head coach, appealing that there should have been some time elapsed there, but 79-78 your score. There's going to be some Bob Jones free throws here. Meanwhile, the referees in a conference to try to determine how much time belongs on the clock. On the floor for the Tornadoes, Boone, Hopper, Wilson, Williams, and Levi Lamb. So it does look like the clock is going to be reset slightly. We'll see what the referees determine. Kind of tough to determine, you know, how many tenths of a second should elapse on a play like that.
Definitely.
But that's exactly what they're working on over there. Meanwhile, to the free throw line will be Nate Ellenwood.
Just like last time Ellenwood went to the line, he had two clutch free throws with this Boxmer Gymnasium crowd in his ear.
5 for 5 from the line this evening. Ellenwood, a senior out of New Jersey. Now, if Ellenwood sinks them both, it's still a one-possession game.
Possibly a half-court heave here for the Tornadoes after this.
Still working on the clock situation. Trying to get it exactly where it needs to be. It was at 1.8, but it's going to be something lower than that. Crowd chanting 1.8, perhaps the first ever 1.8 chant you'll ever hear at a sporting event.
Definitely, I've never heard of that anywhere. But every millisecond counts, right?
That's right. Every tenth of a second, every millisecond counts at this juncture. Meanwhile, it's an interesting way of icing the free throw shooter,
definitely.
Ellenwood. He's been standing there for a long time.
Definitely. We might see some tactics out of here, too. If Ellenwood hits the first, he might, on purpose, miss the second, so it's harder for the Tornadoes to get the ball in possession and finish out their opportunity.
With the clock, running, you in some ways, you kind of think it might be better for him to make them both, just so the clock doesn't elapse any, and the Tornadoes with a desperation shot could tie the game, because like you said, every nth of a second matters at this point. But what a ball game between these two teams. It's been a lot of fun this evening.
It's been really fun watching this game and hearing everybody around here. It's been a good crowd here this Tuesday evening in Boschmer Gymnasium.
Yeah, and a win on the women's side of things earlier this evening, which was great to see. So
definitely a good start to the week for the Brevard College Tornadoes student athletes.
Football team head into a bowl game for the first time in school history. A lot of excitement around Brevard College athletics. So the final verdict is a 1.3 on the clock. Crowd is upset it wasn't 1.8. We knew it wasn't going to be 1.8. It just doesn't make sense. But meanwhile, here's Ellenwood after standing on the free throw line for what seemed like an eternity.
Yes.
Bruins up by 1. First shot from Ellenwood rims out. So 79-78 your score. Here comes the second free throw from Ellenwood. Free throws up and good. So with 1.3 seconds left, Hopper will inbound it to Levi Lamb. Lamb with a desperation shot from half court off the backboard. A tough 80-78 loss for the Tornadoes to Bob Jones. Big effort by the Tornadoes this evening. Really played well in a lot of aspects, and a tough pill to swallow at the end here as Bob Jones will come away with the 80-78 victory. Well, as we will bring you final statistics shortly, overall thoughts as far as how that game shook out at the end there, Patrick.
Geez, my heart's racing now after that half-court heave by Levi Lamb. I thought I was going to go bank off the backboard right into the bottom of the net, but unlucky there from the Tornadoes, but it was a valiant effort.
Well, hang with us. We'll bring you some final statistics in just a couple minutes here, but your final score for the Boschmer Gymnasium, 80-78. Bob Jones comes away with the victory. Hang with us. We'll bring you some final stats and highlights in just a matter of moments. Welcome back to the Boschmer Gymnasium, where Bob Jones defeated Brevard 80-78, a tight matchup throughout this contest. There were 18 lead changes and 13 ties. No team led by more than 6 points at any point in this contest, and it came down to the final buzzer. Levi Lamb with a desperation three-point attempt from about half court, just missed, and Bob Jones walks away with an 80-78 win. Bob Jones was led by Barnhart with 24 and Ellenwood with 12. The Tornadoes had 4 players in double figures. Cannon Lamb with 21 points. Mike Williams with 10, Damari Hopper with 13, and Levi Lamb with 12. Joshua Wilson, the leading rebounder for the Tornadoes, with 8 rebounds. He also scored 7 points and had 3 assists. So a tough defeat for the Tornadoes, but certainly a lot to feel good about and to keep your chin up high after this 80-78 defeat to Bob Jones.
Yeah, definitely seeing that 3-point field goal percentage right here, 43.5% from behind the 3-point line, which is really nice to see. But then again, you look down, as I said earlier, the turnover number, 18 turnovers in this game it's not going to give you a good chance to win a game with 18 turnovers. So really seeing that go down over the course of the season will be a good thing to look for.
Yeah, Tornadoes with the 10 3-pointers made. 4 of those came from, or check that, 3 of those from Damari Hopper, also 2 by Cannon Lamb, and Hayden Castle and Joshua Wilson each had a 3-pointer. Mike Williams also hit 2 3-pointers. The bench, very effective for the Tornadoes with 46 points. Guys like Mike Williams and Cannon Lamb and Joshua Wilson. Jamichael Boone also with some good moments, as well as Messiah Pankey.
Yeah, definitely. It was nice to see the young guys get off the bench and make waves in the game. It was really nice to see them getting over half of the points here and hopefully go for some more minutes possibly in the upcoming weeks.
Well, a wild game. You can't get much closer than this. The first half score was 40-39, and then Bob Jones outscored Brevard 40-39 in the second half, and it all adds up to an 80-78 win for Bob Jones. Well, the Tornadoes will hit the road for a bit now, and before eventually making it back here to the Boshemer Gymnasium. Appreciate you joining us for all these matchups. Yeah, the Tornadoes 3 straight road games coming up. Ferrum College on this Saturday, a trip to the Citadel in Charleston, South Carolina, so another NCAA D1 foe. And then, now here's one to circle the calendars for, folks, because this isn't all that far. You head down to Greenville and you see the rematch between these two teams, Tuesday, December 3rd. I'm circling that one on my calendar right now as a grudge match of sorts. When a game's this close, that's going to be entertaining. But then eventually the Tornadoes will be back here at the Boshemer Gymnasium. Mark your calendars for Saturday, December 7th at Berea College. Tornadoes come up a little short here on the men's side, win the women's game. A big week for Brevard College athletics. Tornadoes football heading to a bowl game for the first time in school history. Tornadoes men's soccer has returned from their trip to the ECAC championships, which was very exciting for them as well, and just a lot going on around the world of Brevard College athletics. Even cycling doing some great things. They're hosting an event in Hendersonville this weekend if you want to make it out to Jackson Park. Patrick Hall, thanks for joining us this evening, and for all your efforts here with the broadcast. It's been a fun one. Final thoughts before we sign off?
No, I'm just excited for the upcoming weeks for these men's basketball Tornadoes men's basketball team, and the women's team's looking like the women's basketball team is going to be doing well this season. Men's basketball got off with a rocky start, but they're really looking to have some improvements, so I'm excited for the upcoming weeks. Very good. Well, thank you for joining us for this edition of Brevard College men's basketball. Your final score from the final time from here at the Boshemer Gymnasium: Bob Jones 80, Brevard 78. Go Tornadoes.